Is this the beginning of the mega pump we've all been waiting for CRO? Yesterday, I did a video talking about the CRO ETF. When will it launch? We know it's coming in October. A final decision is coming from the SEC in October, a month that we historically call Uptober, because 21% gains on average. But remember, November is even more bullish with 46% gains on average for Bitcoin. Which is wild because what we also see happening right now is Bitcoin's dominance is falling, signaling altcoin season. Is this the real altcoin season? As we see the altcoin season index breaking through a key trend line, signaling altcoin season index is flashing. Let's look through this chart, look at some historical data, talk about CRO in this video, because as you are seeing a lot of things pop off today, and I did a video earlier today on Pepe, Doge, and Sheeb, and talked about Bonk, talked about the meme coin market. But why aren't we seeing CRO, which has its ETF, popping off today? And are we going to see it start moving back up again? Let's talk a little bit about it in this video. As CRO is sitting at the 25-cent level, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, everybody. Turn on your notification bells for more content like this. I am very optimistic about the Kronos brand right now. Crypto.com has more partnerships out there than any other crypto company. That's just hands down what we've been seeing over and over and over again. And after a insane pump on the President Media Group partnership, we have seen a retracement. I am not surprised to see that retracement. But as we're seeing some of these altcoins pop off today, maybe it is a little surprising to some of you guys out there that CRO is not popping off yet. But here's the optimistic view on that. CRO coin right now is finding a strong level of support at 25 cents. We may be able to hold this level. I have been talking about the potential for CRO to dip down to 20 cents, maybe even to 16 cents again. But this is very good to see that CRO is holding its ground after having a really great pump here just from June until August of 2025. In 60 days or so, it went up huge, over 400%. So this little cool-off period is not surprising to me, and I do think that CRO coin can resume its pump, but you need a few things to happen. Smash a like, again, subscribe for more of this content. For CRO, you need Ethereum to break out. You need to see the altcoin market really explode. And I don't believe that altcoin season is in full swing until Ethereum is shattering these highs. We've seen Ethereum break the highs. It pulled back. As Ethereum's been pulling back, altcoins have been gaining strength. CRO coin had a moment of strength, which was spectacular to see. But we're seeing a little bit of a wave in the meme coin space right now. I think that the way that these markets have historically gone is the crypto market pumps in segments. First, you had that Bitcoin season. Then you had Ethereum season. You're having a little bit of an altcoin season right now, but that happens in phases. Solana pumped recently. Ethereum pumped recently. Kronos pumped recently. XRP had a great moment. A lot of the top coins had some great moments. And now memes, major memes, are starting to pop off again. The other sectors to keep an eye on would be exchange tokens like Crypto.com. Right now, Binance is popping off, having a go at it. CRO coin will likely have some kind of pop off again, in my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing here is financial advice. At some point, I think we're going to have an AI sector boom, an RWA sector boom. And so what you just see is moments of these pumps and these lulls. And on the lulls, those are the times to be looking for new trades, to be looking for entry points in the crypto market. So like for Ethereum as an example, I have levels of resistance up here, obviously at the previous highs. Look at this level of resistance I have drawn for Ethereum right here, this green trend line. Look at the weekly candle right now resting at it, treating this as resistance, treating this other top trend line with the wick as resistance. I like to trade these moves, and if you guys want to do some trading as well, you can check out some of the affiliates in the description of all of our videos down below. BitTinex right now is offering up to a $100,000 deposit bonus, and Blowfin, both of the exchanges I like to use a lot. Blowfin has a 10% trade rebate and up to a $5,000 deposit bonus if you want to trade. And in altcoin season, there's a lot of fantastic opportunities for trading. But when it comes to the CRO holders, you might be scratching your head like, okay, we see all these, maybe you're calling them nonsense coins. They're meme coins popping off today. Why is CRO not popping off? I think it's just all reasonable. When it comes to a massive move to the upside, you see a little bit of a retracement. We find a level of support. And then we could potentially find a bullish bounce or maybe we find a lower level of support. Is CRO Coin going to find a lower level of support here, though, or are we going to establish a foothold at 25 cents? That is a question I think is very difficult to accurately predict right now because there's some conflicting data. On one hand, the historical data in September is quite bearish for cryptocurrency. But on another hand, we are very excited about the potential for a bull market, a true altcoin season, a CRO Coin pop-off. And we know October and November are coming up. And we also know that in September, which is historically a bearish month, a very bullish thing is coming. And that is Fed rate cuts. The caution I have right now about the crypto markets, and I am very bullish, but the caution I have is that these markets might have already priced in the excitement of Fed rate cuts, the bullish idea of Fed rate cuts and altcoin season coming. And as people are buying this excitement, there could be a little bit of a buy the rumor, buy the excitement, sell the news event on the news that would be the Fed rate cut, which is the catalyst, historically speaking, for a full-fledged bull market. And I'm not saying that I don't think that Fed rate cuts are not a catalyst anymore. I very much think they're the catalyst. But when we see these events happen, there are moves that happen in the market, significant moves. Moves that I like to trade, and I use Blowfin and BitGenX to do it. You can use Crypto.com. You could use a lot of different exchanges to do it. These are some of the ones that I like. But is this the true altcoin season? It could be, guys. It could be. But I would urge some caution around the upcoming FOMC meeting, which is going to come out with some bullish news of a Fed rate cut, but it might be the thing that drove us to these prices. And after the news comes out, we could get a little bit of a retracement before we come back up. Historically, we have seen moments where altcoin season has wicked up and then kind of come back down and then gone back up again. And we could see some of this volatility play out. So I am bullish, and I think we are moving into a full-fledged altcoin season as I have for the last 4 years thought that this was coming. I'm excited. It's finally coming. Are we in the full-fledged altcoin season where we're kind of having that up-only vibe in the crypto space that's not only followed by a vibe, but followed by the actual price action? It could be, but it also could be a little bit of a front running of the news that's coming out, which could be followed off by some profit taking, and then that full-fledged altcoin season. That's my thought about it. And when it comes to CRO, you need the Ethereum pop off. You need the total market cap to truly break out. It is getting very close. And you need to see Bitcoin dominance continue to fall. If Bitcoin dominance has a bounce, which a lot of people are predicting it could, altcoins could start showing weakness again. And at that very moment, that could be the last good buying dip opportunity. And again, that is not financial advice. You've got to do your own due diligence. You got to trade these markets the way that you guys want to trade them. But historically speaking, there are bull markets, there are bear markets. There are bounces for Bitcoin dominance. There could be a bounce for Bitcoin dominance coming. I hope that Bitcoin dominance continues to fall for altcoin holders and we continue to see a rally so that CRO Coin can pop off. And that's what you need to see for CRO Coin to pop off. If Bitcoin dominance starts to go back up and Ethereum starts to come back down, CRO Coin could still come down to the 20 cent or 16 cent level. So what you need to look out for, in my opinion, is the upcoming FOMC meeting just this upcoming week. We are going to see a Fed rate cut. But in your opinion, I want to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Will there be a sell-off after that? Followed by that altcoin season, that real altcoin season we've all been waiting for? Or is this it? Is this that move? Are we going into a bullish September, October? Can we extend into November? And maybe even December? I want to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Smash a like, subscribe to the channel. DCA HODL, my friends. Continue to do your own research. Check out the affiliates and the links in the description down below if you want to take advantage of all this crazy volatility in the crypto market. The sign-ups links are down there for you with sign-up bonuses. That's all I have in this one, guys. I got 2 videos here if you want to check them out. Until next time, peace, y'all.